agenda, we will have, we've just did our welcome. We're going to have some updates, which I'll share shortly. Our interview will be with Vanessa McCleary, our Indiana District K-Kids and Builders Club Administrator. And then we'll have some discussion, questions, concerns, and sharing. And we will share resources that you can use for K-Kids workshops and promotion. And with that, we're going to head into updates. The last event for the 2023-24 year for the current district administrators will be our office hours for K-Kids and Builders Club district administrators. And this will be held on Tuesday, May the 7th from 7 to 8 Eastern Time. So we welcome you to attend with any questions you might have. Please let your faculty and Kiwanis advisors know about the deadlines and events for these following events we have coming up. Awards, contests, and annual report deadlines. We've extended that deadline to April 8th. Advisor and member end-of-year surveys will be open April 1 through May 15th, and that is online. Participating advisors and clubs will have a chance to receive a $25 Amazon gift certificate for participating. Final K-Kids Advisor Chat, that's coming up. It's a wrap-up, and it will help them prepare for the next year. That's going to happen on Tuesday, April 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll have final office hours for our advisors. That's both for K-Kids and Builders Club, Wednesday, May 1st from 7 to 8 Eastern Time. And that, again, questions and concerns they bring to those chats. So right now we're going to talk a little bit about district convention workshops with Vanessa. Designing and hosting a workshop about K-Kids or creating an SLP panel during your district convention can pique interest in your Kiwanis clubs for sponsoring a K-Kids club. Today, Vanessa McCleary is joining us to talk about how she has used their district's convention to promote K-Kids. Vanessa is the Indiana District Administrator for both K-Kids and Builders Club and has held many roles in Kiwanis over the years. Welcome, Vanessa.
Hello, glad to be here.
Lovely. Well, I want to begin with asking Vanessa, can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what makes you passionate about Kiwanis and the service leadership programs?
Absolutely. Can she go back one slide so I can talk about that patch?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. So I just want to start with that one because the reason I'm in Kiwanis, one reason only. I heard about K-Kids in the year 2000, had no clue that it was affiliated with Kiwanis, found out about it, went to the Kiwanis Club. I said, hey, I'd love to start a K-Kids for my daughter. They said, I don't know what it is because it was pretty new. And they said, but join Kiwanis and you can start one. That's the beginning of my journey. I joined Kiwanis to start that K-Kids. So the reason I wanted to show you that particular patch is because that is my daughter's patch that is on our Key Club banner. And the reason it's so important to me is because she was a charter president of K-Kids, charter president of Builders Club, charter president of Key Club governor, Circle K lieutenant governor. And then when I was the Kiwanis governor for Indiana, she was one of my 24 lieutenant governors. And she has all of her pins on our Key Club banner, which I think is pretty cool, showing from the beginning all the way through. So I wanted to share that because that is why I am so passionate about our service leadership programs. And that's why I'm passionate about every single level. I'm a K-Kids advisor, Builders Club advisor, Key Club advisor, Circle K advisor, and Action Club advisor. And you guys are all going, yo, right, but you're probably not doing a very good job. Well, I have you to know, I go to all their meetings and all their events, and I stay pretty pumped up as a Kiwanian. I'm here to tell you. So anyway, I just want to start with that about my passion for what we're doing and why I'm here tonight. So.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, that was a great start. Okay, well, our next question for you. What are the most important topics to cover and things to include in a district convention workshop?
Well, you know what I think is, first of all, you want it to be engaging. So I just, this past weekend, led our SLP workshop for K-Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K, and Action Club at our convention. And what the people said when they were leaving were they were so energized. I don't like boring workshops. So what I would like to share when you're doing one at convention is, what are you doing to make it interesting? So the one I did last year, which was very engaging, was put on only by the K Kids members. Are you guys listening to me? At the mid-year conference, it was led by our K Kids president, right? So when you have them engaged, I think that's the first way to get it exciting, because people see what they can do. So is that, I'm trying to see what pictures we have up.
Well, we did.
So
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
they're a little out of order. That's okay. So the one on the left is this year. And what I want to say about this year is I gave everybody one of the booklets that K Kids members or Builders Club members receive in that kit. So they didn't just leave with what I was saying. They left with a tool to look at when they get home, to look at and to share that information. So they all received one of the books to take with them. And then when we took our picture, they all had that book in front of them, which also helped promote that through the district through a photo for people that were not at the actual workshop. The other part of that is on the other side, that is President Danielle. So she had her own agenda. I didn't create her agenda. She created an agenda, and then I helped her tweak that agenda. And on there, the very last thing was to help Kiwanians learn how to make dog toys. Is that not cool? That, because that's her favorite thing to do, service project. So on the right side, that photo is her up in front of all the Kiwanians in attendance, showing them how to make dog toys. And she explained it very well and went over and helped Kiwanians. She introduced her board of directors and had them go out and help. And I think that's one way to make it very engaging at mid-year conference or district convention, is engage our youth. Don't just do it alone. This year, for the photo on the left, in that picture is a Circle K International, or IU local club president. I'll get it right. And he came to help. So he was there for this year, and he helped talk as well as the Key Club. So I'm not saying it always has to be K Kids or Builders Club. We're talking K Kids and Builders Club, but also include the others. You know what I mean? Don't just leave it at K Kids and Builders Club. All right, Lisa, next photo. Or next
Wonderful.
question.
Great response. Well, you've talked a little bit about, well, let's talk about displays, explain some of the things you do along with the workshop, tabletop displays. You've shared about some of the handouts, and then talk logistics about your sessions, how long they were, and if you have breakouts, things like that.
Okay. So I've done mine, I think, each time except 1 year, they've been breakouts. 1 year it was for the whole group. The year was for the whole group. It just so happened that year I had a family that had a K Kids member, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K on the same family. And they did a skit. And their skit was showing how the one sister didn't want to be involved, although her other siblings were, until her best friend said, hey, you should come to Key Club. And then she actually joined based on her friend telling her rather than her family. But other than that, it's always been a breakout session. And they're usually, I don't know, 45, 50 minutes. And on that tabletop that you're looking at, that display, you see the Key Club banner. And I try to always use one of our SLP banners. It doesn't matter if it's 4K Kids or Builders Club. Sometimes if you're at a district convention, they're only coming over because they're familiar with Key Club. When you have Builders Club and K Kids, sometimes they don't know what that is, so they're not coming over. And then sometimes I have all the banners there. So I have K Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K, and Action Club, all of them around that table, right? So your tabletop is what's drawing them over there. So for you in your area, it's whatever's going to get them to that table to look at it. On that table, you see the big red box? That is actually from Key Club. And why is it from Key Club? Because they made that big attractive box for pop tabs. And again, it's something to draw people to your table, right? So then when they get there, you've got information about K Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K, and Action Club. Why do you have them all? Because we need to keep tying them all together, right? It drives me crazy when someone's in Key Club and they have no idea what K Kids and Builders Club is. You know what I mean? So we have to figure out how to keep incorporating that. So I always have them all on the table, and that way we can always address all of them. Okay. And then on the right side, that's President Danielle at the workshop she was doing. And you see she has her gavel and gong. So a lot of times I have a gavel and gong out. If you have a K Kids gong, that's a great time to set that out, because people are looking down to that. Oh, they really have that? And it gives you a chance to kind of talk about K Kids. So you might have a banner from one, a gong from the other, and so forth, or shirts laid out.
Oh,
All right,
that's
Lisa.
wonderful. That's
Yep.
wonderful. Let's go to the next set of photographs and we'll see what we've got here. Okay, more about presenting. Share a little bit about what's happening here and who all's involved.
So that's President Danielle on the left side, on the left photo, and she's on the right next to the screen. And she's currently standing up introducing herself and her board members. So she had guests in the room, like the Kiwanis governor was there. She had him come up to the front. We had another governor-elect there. She had him come up and she introduced them. Now, what are we doing in this workshop? We are not just presenting the information for the attendees. We are building our leaders through our K Kids where they have that experience. Do you know what it looks like for a K Kids member later in life to say they did their first workshop when they were in elementary school? They led it then. Isn't that exciting? They had like 45, 50 members in there from the Kiwanis. So not just are they presenting, they're presenting to adults, right? I think that's very important. So she was standing at the front of the room, and then she had created this slide on why she wanted to become president. I just love the way they think. You know, we're in front of our Kiwanis Club. I don't know if we're telling them why we wanted to be the president, right? But she was telling them why she wanted to be president, what that was based on. And she did a great job delivering that. And you know, another cool thing about that workshop, when you have K Kids up there presenting, our Builders Club members, the parents come because they want to see their child. They engage.
Oh.
They see the K Kids Builders Club members presenting. Then they interact with our Kiwanians. So it's great for everybody. And her mom was there and she was just amazed at what she was doing. And then we have one more slide on the right. And that is a Circle K president, IU president. And he was helping her make sure she had everything set up for her PowerPoint. And again, that's getting her SLPs working together. I had asked him to be there. He went up and introduced himself. And then they started talking about how he could be productive for her in the room. So I think that's always important, right?
And how do you feel that the Kiwanians respond to these workshops when they see this? How do they respond and how does it, I think you've already kind of shared a little bit how it helps with club growth, but share
Well,
that.
you know, one thing I think it does, Lisa, is a lot of Kiwanians are, I don't want to say afraid of the younger kids, of how to interact with them, how to engage with them. But when you bring out material for dog toys, everybody's on the same page. And if you have K Kids showing them how to do it, because a lot of Kiwanians don't know how to do it. So, you know, the K Kids are showing them how to do it, how to cut it and how to tie it. So first of all, they couldn't believe K Kids could put on a workshop like that. They were just amazed. That's the first part. The second part is the engagement of them working together in that room. And then the Kiwanians leaving motivated about how to get more K Kids Builders Clubs in their own communities.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, let's move to the next set of photos.
Actually, Lisa,
Oh.
there's a question in the chat, Vanessa.
Oh,
Gina
sure.
wanted to know, what is the age of your K Kids members?
So first of all, K Kids, you know, we look at it as elementary, but I think elementary for different areas ends up different ages, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
locally for me, it's kindergarten through sixth grade, right? But some
Mhm.
places it's kindergarten through fifth grade. And then people will ask me, well, how young do you start K Kids? Well, it goes back to the school. And a lot of them I find they like third grade, but there's some that like to do only fourth and fifth grade. But again, it goes back to the school, and Kiwanians are, we, in my opinion, we're just working with the school on what they would like to do, right? So it could be third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It could be fourth, fifth, sixth. It just depends on your own personal district. Great question. Great question.
Yeah. Okay, and let's move on to the next set of photos if we have them. Okay, and this is, before we get to that, okay, this is resources and workshops that I'll talk about. Just another question, and it might take a moment to think about this. So other than district conventions, what other district events offer a good time to make a presentation or include a display where you can spread information about K Kids? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of places that I think is great. I don't know how involved you all in your communities, but one thing we do, our county fair, we have a Kiwanis booth. And at that Kiwanis booth, we have all of our SLPs laid out, right? So they can pick up brochures, they're talking to us about it. And again, a lot of times I have a K Kids member there or a Builders Club member there. So it's not just that we're talking about them, they're there also engaging, right? We do chamber events. We're a member of the chamber. When we started our club back in 2006, we joined the chamber. And we have tabletop to the chamber, and I'll put that information out there too. One thing I want to say about sometimes we kind of forget about windows of opportunity. So annually, locally, I have an event called It's All About You. And we recognize all of our SLPs, K Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K, and Action Club, all of our officers. And then we also give a certificate to that particular club for helping us with our Hot Air Balloon Festival. So at the Balloon Fest, they're engaged. They're doing things there. They have their own tabletop to spread the information about their clubs. And then as well as at that event, they have something laid out so that you learn about their K Kids, Builders Club, Circle K, Action Club. But what I want to say is I can't tell you how many people that came to that event that was getting a community award that learned about our SLPs. And I remember one local doctor got an award the first year, and he sent me a long email and said, Vanessa, I had no idea how much Kiwanis was doing for youth in our community. Right. So there's times we can educate people. We just kind of don't take that opportunity to do it. So, kind of think about where you are, what you're doing, and how you can incorporate it in what you're already doing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Great points.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Sorry, Vanessa, there's one more question in the chat that I think pertains to your piece here is Barbara asks, the logistics is a lot, right? Getting kids to DCONs. How did you handle permission and chaperoning and background checks and all that?
That is a wonderful question. I can't even believe I didn't address that. So again, that's how you get the parents involved. So every K Kids member I had there, their parent came with them. So the parent was learning about Kiwanis as well as watching their child engage. That was a great question. And a lot of times it's not in our own community. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we're traveling somewhere and I just tell them and we help with gas. So you know what I mean? I'll give the mom or dad a gas card, for driving there. We take care of their registration. That was a wonderful question. Yep.
Beautiful.
And then the next question is, someone wants to know, do you involve multiple K Kids clubs or just really focus on one club when you're doing these kind of workshops?
I do multiple. I try to find others where I know they're real engaged and real connected to their Kiwanis club, because that's your key. They have to be really connected to the Kiwanis club where we have that rapport, right? And then here locally, the principal and the superintendent are both in our Kiwanis club, which helps us. So I don't know how your districts are. Are you guys working on that? Are you getting the superintendent of schools in those local communities where you have a K Kids and Builders Club? Are you getting the principal involved in your Kiwanis club? It makes it a lot easier to tie all this back together.
Good point. Are there any other questions or comments, or does anyone want to share some of the things that they're doing?
This is Gina. Hi, Vanessa. My son-in-law. I mean, my brother-in-law. We have just in my area where I live, we have like 5 or 6 K Kids. We have 3 Builders Clubs, and we have 3 Circle Ks, and we have a brand new Action Club, and we have 2 Circle K clubs where we are. How do you choose who would you bring to, I guess, a convention? Is it like, how do you choose who you would, I don't know what the word is, who you would bring, or how do you go about doing that?
So first of all, are you asking as an administrator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So as an administrator, you have to get to know your advisors. And that's either your factory advisors or your Kiwanis advisors, whichever.
Okay.
But there's some strong ones in every district.
Okay.
The ones that we have one Builders Club in Indiana. She has 100 kids. They meet in a gymnasium. They meet in sections. And so I know she's always one to go to. She helped me with a big district event once. So you have to get to know who's in your area. Once you do that, you know who the strongest advisors are that's trying to give those kids the best experiences, right? Because think of the opportunity you're offering those kids. Not everyone can do it. You're looking for the ones that can, right? Not everyone can do it, but you're looking for the few that can. It only takes 2 or 3, actually just one at a workshop, working with you to make it happen. So if you can get 2 or 3, I think it's easy enough. And I've done different clubs. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Great question. And I don't know if I shared this in the beginning, Lisa,
Mhm.
but you are welcome in the next email to share my contact information with everyone.
Oh,
And if they're
wonderful.
having trouble making that connection, getting someone for a convention, I'm more than happy to help them make that happen.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you. That
You're
is helpful. Any other questions? Yes.
I was just
Becky.
saying, we just got done with a midwinter conference, which was just a 1 day. But then I was at the Key Club convention too. So
Yeah.
that's where because I always get sometimes like Circle K was last minute trying to get us to with K Kids and Builders Club and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the Key Club convention, they always try also include service, club members from those different SLPs. But
Yes.
it was not during my spring break this year. And actually we got 3 officers to go to convention because I finally got a Kiwanis advisor a faculty advisor for the Key Club this year. But one of the sophomore officers is a former K Kids officer from when I was a faculty advisor. And she served 2 years as an officer and then a year as in Builders Club until COVID hit. And now she's an officer again. And I said, hey, would you consider speaking about K Kids and Builders Club from the perspective of when you were and how Key Club was involved? And then now as a Key Club, or how are you involved with K Kids and Builders Club? And it was a wonderful,
Yes.
different way to do it.
Yes.
And it was fun. I mean, she got up in front of 350 people.
Mm.
And then later was a unopposed lieutenant governor candidate who now is on the district board. So
Oh, wow.
it was fun to see and show people how important those younger service leadership programs, Kiwanis programs are, and how they help our leaders build into that point of Circle K and then becoming
Really cool.
Kiwanis members. So it was that was a first time for us, and it was really fun to see happen.
Oh, that's
Wonderful.
wonderful. Yeah. You can see the impact.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we have a lot of advisors of clubs who are former Key Clubbers who grew up in the programs,
Yes.
who are now teachers and want the program at their school.
Yeah.
So that's exciting to see. Well, that's wonderful.
Any other
And-
questions? Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa.
you,
That was
Vanessa.
wonderful. Very helpful.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to move on to share a little bit about resources for workshops and promotional materials that you can utilize. Our SLP staff has made several resources available for you to access and download online from the K-Kids website. And these will help you design workshops and presentations for your district events and to use with Kiwanis clubs. First among the resources are a presentation that provides an overview of K-Kids, and you can use this to appeal to Kiwanis clubs to sponsor new K-Kids clubs. So this is for internal use with Kiwanis. A K-Kids PowerPoint template is available to create your own presentations as well. So we'll make sure you have access to that. There's also a promotional video, and many of you have, hopefully you've already seen this. It's available online and on YouTube. It explains the benefits young people gain and what they learn as members of K-Kids. And there's a downloadable trifold brochure that you can print and hand out. We also have this, this brochure, which is the current brochure for SLP. This can be ordered through the retail store. And it's very helpful in explaining about not only K-Kids, but all the programs and how they can be of benefit. Other resources, this shows K-Kids program kit materials. They're available to print and show during your workshop, or snap a digital image of the sample pages to include in presentations. Also available to district administrators, our SLP department at Kiwanis International has 4 lending kits. You can request 1 kit to show during the district convention workshop or a big meeting like the school district, and we'll mail this to you. Just send the email to myself, Lisa Pyron, or Luana a week in advance of your meeting, and we'll mail it to you. We'd like hopefully the lending kit can then be provided or sent back to us within a week's time after your event has finished. It includes a K-Kids advisor guide, several member guides, service guide, officer guide, buttons, and other materials that appear in the program kit received by clubs. And finally, remember to use the branded logos also available on the K-Kids website. Very easy to download, and here they are. And with that, we want to thank you for joining us for tonight's interview with Vanessa McCleary and for sharing in the discussion about designing district convention workshops. Please reach out to Luana and myself if you need anything or want to request a loan program kit for the workshop this spring or summer. And that's it. Thank you.